What's up, everybody? Good morning. Today is a new day, and today is a day that we are going to figure this damn thing out if it kills me. You guys saw the video from last night. I've been having nothing but troubles with this, nothing but trouble with the wiring the tweaked wiring harness, not wiring specialties, because I'm here to tell you if this one don't work out, I'm going with wiring specialties. So a lot of you guys have been hitting me in the comments about the wiring specialties harness. I've had one before. I don't know why I didn't do it before, but this is a carbon copy of Mike's car. The harness, the engine, the setup, the ISR kit, everything is exact carbon copy. And so when I told Hexa to order this wiring harness, it was probably a no-brainer. I figured that it was gonna be, get it, plug it in, play, and it's been long but that. So today we're gonna figure stuff out. I have been looking this morning at wiring stuff for the mass airflow. You guys know when I first got this harness that this connector wasn't the right harness. I actually had to depin it and repin it so that way it actually fits on this truck style cartridge. And so one of the things that I figured out, thanks to Jason, also sent me the factory LS3 wiring. I do actually have the 3 wires, the E wire, the C wire, and the A wire, all in the correct spot. I actually took a picture of Mike's wiring diagram when we went to Works to make sure that I had all the wires proper. However, there was 2 wires, I know it's really hard to see, but the B and the D wire are actually both brown. And that's for a ground and a reference, and so I'm actually gonna be swapping those today. When we looked on the computer last night, the intake air temperature sensor, which I believe is on either A or E, one of the 2 on the outside, it was working. So I know that I do have most of the wires correct. The 2 brown ones, it's real easy to swap or flip-flop, especially when you have to depin. The old one looked like this. So too small. It was for the big, like, I don't even know what it was, but the big tube that had the heating element and stuff in it. And so I needed to switch from that, so that way it went into the cartridge style. And so if I pull this up, I can show you guys exactly what, hold on. So this is a picture that I sent to Jason today. This is actually one that I took of Mike's on Mike's car, and you can see that the wiring is all the same, but the 2 browns, it's real easy to get them swapped. So I think I'm gonna try and flip those first and see if I can get the mass airflow to turn on. So I'm gonna be doing that first, and then after that, I'll be building the wire, like I told you guys last night with the little tip, to put a ground wire straight from the battery. I'm gonna run it down here, and I'll probably run it down to, there's like a screw hole down at the bottom in there, and then have a ground that goes straight from the battery straight to the block, like I said, and then you want it from the block to the chassis, and anything else will be extra. So I'm gonna get started on that, and we're gonna get this car figured out. Okay, as you can see, now I have everything back together. So now I'm gonna put it on a scanner. I have a little handheld, and see if I turn it on, if I can get any reading out of the mass airflow, because last night it was showing 0 volts, 0 anything, no movement at all. And so maybe the ground and the reference were flipped, and so now it'll have a ground, so it'll complete the circuit, and it'll have a reference. So who knows? Fingers crossed. Let's see. Only because of the gas. I don't want to stink the house up. We'll roll this back a little bit. Okay, and one nice thing about these aftermarket harnesses is it has an OBD port connected to this side right by the ECU. So I don't use the factory one under the dash, I just use this one. So I'm gonna get this thing hooked up and we're gonna see what's going on. I think before I do anything, I'm gonna clear the codes. You can see that it's thinking. I don't know, it's hard to see on here, I know. Okay. I still don't have a tack. like it might be running a little bit better. So if I go to previous menu, I'm trying to get it where you guys can see this. Like the glare is really bad. All right, so I'm still not getting any mass airflow stuff. If I try and, come on, focus. Man, there you go, mass airflow, nothing. So this is starting to tell me that this wiring is like all crossed up. I don't know what's going on with this. The wiring is the same exact as Mike's on the mass airflow, and so those two wires that were brown wires are the only things that could have gotten mixed up, and they're still not doing anything. So the intake air temperature you can see on here is actually reading. You can see it says like 98. I know it's really blurry, I'm really sorry about it, but the intake air temperature, which was working, hasn't changed. So I didn't change that wire. So I don't know. Still blowing blue smoke if you look out. I mean, you can still see it's just super soaking wet. All the crap dripping. Man. Okay, so I was just checking on here to see if I had 12 volts where I should on the reference voltage for this, and I don't have it. I did check for the ground, and I actually have the ground in the right spot. I have 12 volts to the ground on, I believe it's B. And so at least I know that the ground isn't the issue. I'm only getting 2.5 volts on E, which is for the intake air temperature, and that's it. So I'm thinking that it's probably the fact that I don't have a tach, I don't have my coolant gauge or the temperature gauge. I don't have a check engine light. I don't have power on here. So it kind of makes me think that I might be having issues with my IPDM. And so I had this like kind of sneaking suspicion before I actually took the harness off the first time and sent it back to tweak, that maybe that there was a power routing system or a power routing like issue. And so it didn't turn out to be that, but now I'm thinking that it might actually be that. I don't have like other certain things that Jason was showing me in the computer. Like I said, the CAN bus is turned off. So I don't know, like the computer doesn't know what to do. And so I actually went and got another IPDM from a dude down the street. And so he really helped me out with that. And so I'm gonna swap it out and just see if that could possibly be the issue. I don't see anything really bad with it. There might be a little bit of corrosion on some of the stuff, but I mean, I have another one. I got it because I've had this like thought in the back of my head that there might be an issue with it. And so if I change it, nothing happens. At least I can rule it out that that wasn't the issue. And I guess we can keep chasing our ass on this, but I'm gonna get that right now, swap it out, and see if I can get some power to something else. Maybe some power will show up. Also, while I have this out, I'm gonna make the wire that goes right off the battery, and then I'll probably follow it down to there, so I have the ground proper to make sure that all of the grounds are going to be working where they should be, sufficient. I guess on the GM cars, they're really like finicky if they don't have the proper ground, since all the sensors are ground sighted. So I'm going to make sure that it's set up the way the GM would have it, like I said, with that tech tip, that it goes off of the negative down to the block and then the block to the chassis. So I'm going to set that up and we're going to see what happens. And here you go. This is an IPDM. IPDM is short for Integrated Power Distribution Module, for those of you that don't know. On the 350Zs and the G35s, they're located in the battery tray back here. Pretty much what this does is it takes power and it distributes it all throughout the car through one block. So you have your relays, and then you have your fuses, and then you have where all the powers come in and it gets distributed. So, I mean, hence the name, but for those of you that don't know, this is actually a common problem of going out. You can see on these pins, these ones are really clean, but they do get corroded, they get rust, they get a bunch of things, and when you start getting rust and corrosion within your electrical system, you know, it'll start like raising the resistance and causing all kind of problems and stuff like that. So this is going to be something that I'm going to change. My car did sit, for those of you that have been following me for a long time, you guys have seen all the stuff at the shop, that the car was sitting for a long time while I was waiting for the harness, while I was swapping stuff out, while I was working on customer cars and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's possible that it could have just corroded. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not sure that this is going to fix anything, but I am going to be able to rule it out. So I'm going to swap it right now. Okay, now I got the IPDM in the factory location. I'm just gonna have to take this harness and plug it in to this harness. It goes on this one and the outside one, the two outsides, and then I'll put the cover on and we're gonna give it a try. So, wasn't too bad, only took about 10-15 minutes, and I guess fingers crossed. All right, so I'm gonna start it back up. Flooded like crazy. I still don't have a tach, no check engine light. So I'm gonna check on here and see what I can find, but I doubt that there's gonna be anything new. Okay, so it says I have 6 codes found. I know it's really hard to see on the stored. So heater, O2, heater O2, mass airflow, fan control, and the check engine light lamp. Man, this is really starting to piss me off. I think I'm gonna do the ground to make sure that the ground stuff is taken care of, and then I don't know, I'm gonna call and yell at Tweaked and see what I can figure out, because this is just, I mean, this is a waste of time. This is just stupid that I have to chase somebody else's problems for a product that I, you know, paid for. It's just, I don't know. I'm frustrated. So sorry y'all, I'm not trying to rub the frustration out on you, but man, this is just, it's one thing after another with this stupid thing. And here you go. No change. All the gas still leaking. So I'm gonna wait for Jason. I just sent him a pretty long video of everything that I've done, all the changes. I still don't have power to the mass airflow, so I don't know what's going on there. I've swapped a couple wires around. I changed the IPDM. Here's the ground. You can see, goes straight to the block, or cylinder head, whatever, but it's straight from the battery. And then I still have the ground that's down there. There's a red one. I have the one that goes to the chassis here to meet with this. So I don't know, like, I'm getting to the point where I'm gonna ask Jason if I need to rip the harness out. If that's the case, then y'all know it's gonna be flying tools and shit around here, because this is just, I don't know, this is stupid. But I'm gonna wait and see what he says after he looks at the data that I just sent him from the little scanner that I have in there, and I guess we're gonna go from there. So, no good news, but I mean, I guess we're finding out more that we need to know, that I'm not getting power to certain things. I'm not changing anything by all of these changes that I am making that could potentially help. So yeah, I'll clue you guys in just a minute. Let me show you guys. So Jason got back to me and let me know. He's saying here that if there's still no O2s and no mass airflow, it points to a harness issue. Because of the way that the sensors work, there's really not anything else in between other than that the pinout is probably wrong and that I'm not gonna be able to use this harness. So I sent a video to Tweaked, let him know all the issues I was having, sent him the video that I sent to Jason showing that I have no mass airflow input, I have nothing from my O2 sensors, and yeah, I'm done with this, y'all. Like, this is it. I'm not, if this comes out, I'm going with a different route, different harness, different something. So I'm waiting to hear back from Tweaked, but it's already like 4 o'clock our time. I think Tweaked is in South Carolina, so they're probably not open. So I'm probably gonna have to wait till tomorrow. And then that'll be part of the next video, removing it, figuring something out, let you know what I do, but I'm keeping you guys up on the whole process and letting you know. Still got customer cars to do and stuff, which I'm not mad about, but it's just the fact that my car should be done. It should have long been done, and it's just not, and it's just getting to be where it's really frustrating. But I mean, sometimes this happens. So I guess I don't really have much more to say to you to let you know what's going on. This is the most up to date that I know, and I will keep you up to date with the rest of the stuff. So I'm gonna wrap this video up. I need to go inside and edit it. I want to keep you guys posted more. I want to make sure that I have more videos coming out like each week. And so I've been waiting on the tune stuff with Jason, so that's why there was the lapse in time. There was the 6 or 7 days before last night's video. But yeah, I'm gonna keep trying to post for y'all and keep you guys updated. And as always, I appreciate you guys so much, like keeping me in the thoughts on any ideas that you could have, anything that's going on with the car. So yeah, I guess until next time, I'm about to go in and edit. It's hotter than hell out here. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Much love. Peace.